Morning. I kind of did a rushed video the other day with this Gesha and my Aeropress, and I'm wanting to do another quick Aeropress video as well as make some espresso. Get a lot of questions about which grinder they should buy and why. Doing just a simple comparison as I can between these two. This is the new DF64E. Has the 64 millimeter turn burrs that everyone's pretty familiar with, but I have the SSP multi-purpose put into it. So I've been loving it as espresso. The other day I ran it, maybe I ran it and it was too fine. I don't remember. Maybe go a little bit coarser with this Gesha. And then I have this DF83, and it just has like the stock burrs in it, and I've really found it to be pretty awesome for just an all-around grinder. It makes amazing espresso with ease, but I can crank it up. I have it on setting about 45 right now, and we're gonna make Aeropress with it. So I guess let's get going. On my Time War scale, and something that I wanted to kind of debut. I've shown it on Instagram yesterday. See if it'll focus. I call it the Aeropress cog, and I've had some problems with trying to get this off, especially when it's like kind of wet and slippery and hot. So you just throw it on top and it unlocks it really easy. So if you're making quite a few Aeropress, I think this will be pretty handy. It's something that I've wanted for quite a few years and finally just made it. It'll be on my website. I'd say later today. You can send me a message and I'll send you a link if you're interested. So I usually do 18 to about 280 grams for my Aeropress. Well, I guess this is the wrong one. Let's do 18 grams for espresso and we'll just be ready. So I'm planning to make an espresso with this right after. There's 18 grams for our espresso and the DF64E. I'm so tongue-tied with all these different models. Then let's do 18 grams for our Aeropress. I'm about out of these Good Brothers Gesha beans. They've been really enjoyable. Really liked them so far. So I might actually go down just a little bit finer, not a whole lot, a little above 40 on this DF83, and I'm going to grind it. It goes really fast, especially on this slightly more coarse size. I mean, what'd that take, 3 or 4 seconds? So another thing that I have that I don't really talk about much are these filter keepers. These are for your 58 millimeter, and these are for Aeropress. So we're gonna grab an Aeropress. I have my V61 up there as well. Make sure the camera's back. And we'll go ahead and throw a paper in. This kettle has been heated up. I usually let it cool off a little bit because it's not like thermostat controlled. It's pretty much just on or off. And I'm probably going to rinse this just a little bit. Just let it naturally go down through the paper, get some of that paper taste and whatever glue out of it. You wouldn't think it would make that big of a difference, but it can make a pretty big difference in taste depending on the coffee, especially some of these like lighter coffees. So I usually do about a 2.5 minute brew, and then I start pressing at about that 2.5 minute mark and finish about 3 minutes. So we have our Time War over here. And I'm just gonna let it bloom with, I don't know, about 80 grams. good. I'm gonna give it a little swirl. Guess I should have started the timer. I'm so used to the other ones auto starting. Pretty simple brew method. If you don't have an AeroPress, I recommend picking one up. I've always enjoyed mine. I've had one for well over 10 years. I've always found them to make really good espresso. I don't know why this thing's not starting. It just teared itself. So we were at about 80. Need about 200 more. Messed up my scale. So there's about 200. And I'll let it drip down a little bit and then give it a swirl and put the top on. I guess in the meantime, let's start prepping an espresso. I want to taste these side by side. So, put that off the side. Let's put the top in. Just to prevent it from dripping down on its own. Let's set our timer. I don't have my phone. Oh well, we'll be fine. Let's go ahead and grind using this 80. Oh man. 64E. I cannot get that right today. Now, I've not been doing the time dose really that much, surprisingly, but I do like these controls on the front a lot. These SSP burrs, I think, take about twice as long as the stock burrs. I mean, we're at about 20 seconds. Yeah, it took 10 to 12, but it's totally worth it, in my opinion. So, I usually use my WDT just right off the bat, give it a little, get all the pieces of stuck grounds off the side and give it a nice little fluff. And I think I'm actually going to start pressing this. We can just let it set off to the side. I go nice and slow, usually just kind of just two hands. Cup's a little big. I'm not pushing hard at all, it's just kind of doing its own thing. I'm excited to do an AeroPress with this again. I've been using it for espresso at home with my Atom 75. I've made a couple of espressos with these SSP burrs, and the SSP really makes these shine like crazy. So there's our AeroPress. Do a quick, just so you can see how it works. The cog, just throw it on top. Fits right on. Let's pull it off. And if you want, just gonna pop it out in the trash. I usually rinse it off under the sink later. So there's our AeroPress. We'll put that off to the side. Let's finish prepping our espresso. I always have these preheated. I'm sure it's cooled a little bit, but I like to show the porta keeper over here. If you've been thinking about it, I always recommend picking one up. We'll probably be having some sales towards Thanksgiving, but that's kind of up to you on if that's your thing or not. And I'm just gonna preheat it, just get it heated back up again. It's hot, but it's not piping hot. And the cup could have been hotter anyway, so. clean, get it dry. We'll rinse that out here in a second. Now, I don't usually drag dose into my portafilter, so usually I just throw it on top, flip it over, do a little tap. And then I'll use my WD-T, just fluff it up and make everything just very level and nice. There's not really that many clumps to break with these burrs. If I do like a nice level bed, go around, hang this up, and grab our tamper. Do a nice level tamp. I usually kind of feel the edges with my fingers and just press down. Give a nice firm press, nice twist. Ready for a shot. I guess I need to put my mic back on. Hopefully you can hear. Cup's way hot now. Might be going too fine. It's still coming out. It's not very well. I mean, I'm still gonna drink this. I've been running these beans like quite a bit finer than some of my other ones for whatever reason. And I don't have that many to really play with, so don't want to screw it up, but I know it's going to be pretty good. Nice, strong, syrupy cup. So there's 2 cups. The large cup is made with the Aeropress. The small one is espresso. That's these Good Brothers Gesha. Used a lot of my tools. Had the Porta Keeper, Tamper Keeper, Filter Keeper, the new Aeropress tool. So I like using my tools and showing off everything that I make. Let's come sit over here and talk about the taste difference, if you guys have any questions. Is everyone ready for Friday? I'm ready for Friday. Go home. Let's see. Make sure it's focused. I always feel like this doesn't focus very well. So let's start with the Aeropress. It's cooled off a little bit. This is very good. I love this coffee. I like using the Aeropress. It just really makes a good single cup serving of coffee, strong coffee. I'll probably take that one with me to work. Then we have our espresso. Ran a little bit slow. I like it ran, kind of like the Ristretto. So much better with those SSP. So good. Just really hard to explain. It just has that nice dry flavor underneath, but it's not like a bad dry flavor. So I need to get headed to work here pretty quick, but just thanks to everyone. I have my grinders from Espresso Outlet, and the coffee today was from Good Brothers. It was about gone, so I wanted to make sure to make a couple cups of coffee before I ran out. And then just all my products, the Portakeeper products. Like I said, we'll probably be running like a Black Friday or a Cyber Monday sale. But if you can't wait, you can buy now. It's a really cool setup. Really enjoying coming over here and making some coffee and have my workbench to process all the orders. So need to be planning some better videos, but I was up a little bit early today and just wanted to get over here and make a couple cups of coffee for the day and just kick off Friday good. So thanks for watching, everyone. See you next time.